So, for example, oops, can you still hear me? I don't know what I just did. Okay. Um, so for in the summer, for example, I ran 2 to 3 Facebook parties every week because that's how I get the majority of my sales, other than like my VIP group from local sales. Um, like I have local customers in my VIP group, repeating customers. But other than that, I joined in October 2014, and I have done, I think, 6, maybe 7 home parties, just because, you know, when I'm home on the weekend, I need to spend it with my children. And if the home party isn't at night, then I miss out on my children. So I've primarily turned to Facebook. So like I said, in the summer, I've tried to do 2 or 3 Facebook parties a week, and I tried to have my Facebook parties spread out over Canada, because so I live in Nova Scotia. If I get a Facebook party in Ontario, it opens up a completely new circle of customers to me. You know, if I have one in PEI, that's more customers. That's not local people that probably already know some of my friends that have already had a party through one of my other friends. So that's what I try to do. I try to kind of spread out all over Canada. And I actually have an amazing team in Ontario. They just 2 of them just joined in July, and 2 of them stepped up to manager in September. So yeah, that's what you want. You want to party, but you almost want to recruit even more. So back on track. Um, Back to full-time teaching in September. I knew that I had to curb my parties, my Facebook parties, because it's not feasible to come home, put the kids to bed, and right away, be on the computer from 7 to 12 or 1 in the morning. Um, so I decided that I would skip weeks. So now I try to, the first week of the sales month, I try to book 3 parties, because you never know if somebody cancels. So then at least I'm still with 2. And then I skip the next week. So I always run them from Sunday to Wednesday. So then I skip week 2, and then I have 3 booked again for week 3. So I think that helps a lot with time management, because during that week that you're off, you can work on your team. You can check up on your team. You can help them. You can, figure out more challenges. You can do a whole bunch of stuff that you need to do when you're a director, or when you want to grow your team. I also travel an hour to work. But I'm lucky to have carpool buddies. So I only drive 2 or 3 times a week. And the other times, I try to respond to some emails or make some posts on Facebook on my way there, because every little bit counts. And since I'm a teacher, I don't know how many of you are teachers, but since I'm a teacher, I don't have downtime at work. It's not like some other jobs I know, where you kind of just have to get done. You have to get through the stack of papers or whatever, and once you're through them, you can kind of take a breather or whatever. I'm with my kids all the time. So sometimes I may log in at lunchtime and just check if there were any messages that I should answer right away. Or when I wait for half an hour for my carpool buddy, once class is done at 3:30, then I may log on for 20 minutes or something and check messages then. So I just really try to make effective use of my time. Yeah, I'm not really sure what else. I think the most important thing is just to have a big team, to have a growing team, because there's no way that I can have $40,000 in sales a month by myself. It's my team that did this. So recruit and get your team to recruit, and keep partying while recruiting. And I think
Sylvia,
that's it. I'm not sure if there are any.
Sylvia, we're in Saskatoon right now, and everyone around the table is like, "Holy smokes, Sylvia is a rock star," because you seriously are. Like, I hope you come on tour, because we want your autograph. But I think the number one question around the table is, you made it sound so easy. I mean, really what you're doing is you're using the time that you have to build your business, and you're going with what you can do. So some people do lots of home parties and they're successful that way, and you've built your business on Facebook. But one thing you said that we're all wondering about is, how do you get a party in PEI? How do you get a party in Ontario? How do you know these people?
So basically, again, it goes back to Facebook. The way my business really started out was by me sending 15 PMs because I just said, okay, this is it. I think I was set to make manager that month, or I forget what it was. I think probably, no, I think I wanted to get something in the confidence start, because with me, it's all about challenges and rewards and freebies, right? When it's free, it's free. So I think I wanted to get something from that. So I said, okay, I'm gonna PM 15 people, and one of those people was in Ontario. It was an acquaintance, actually. It wasn't a close friend. So I think a lot of times people are worried to sending messages to acquaintances, because they're like, oh, well, I don't want to bug them. I don't want them to think that I only message them, because I want them to help me, kind of thing. But I kind of just got over myself, and I was like, for me, it's almost easier to message an acquaintance. And if they think that, maybe they'll just ignore my message. And maybe they'll be like, oh, yeah, that's kind of cool. No one's asked me to do that. Sure, I'll go for free. And that's exactly what happened. So basically, through that one acquaintance, I got a Facebook party, and from her party, I got 2 more people that, booked a party in Ontario, and from those 2 people, I scored 4 more parties. Like they really snowballed. The parties really snowballed from there, and it lasted for a month, maybe a couple months, and then my planner was empty again. And I was like, uh-oh, now what am I going to do? So then I started going through my Facebook again and PM'd 15 more people. And so it just kind of goes from there.
So that's awesome. Now the big question is, what do you actually message them?
So I have a blurb that I usually share with everybody. So I basically, let's see if I can remember it. My team members can probably remember it. I usually just kind of say, hi, Jennifer. I'm just wondering if you want some free Tupperware. I make sure I put free in capital letters, Tupperware, first and foremost, because that's what I want them to pay attention to. So I just say, hi, Jennifer. I'm just wondering if you'd like some free Tupperware by letting me run a quick Facebook party for your friends. And then I make sure I put a date in there. And I usually run them Sunday to Wednesday, and then it gives me 2 extra times to finish up before challenges are done on Friday. So then I say, I have October 2nd to 5th available, and then put in brackets, Sunday to Wednesday. No, I'd say I have 1 more spot available, October 2nd to 5th. If that works for you. And then I say, worried about no sales, because a lot of people are like, oh, no one will buy from me, it don't even bother. But so that's why I put that in. Worried about no sales, no problem, no loss at all. But if there are sales, the rewards are all yours. Please let me know either way. And a lot of times they respond. And a lot of times I actually send a message to people that are part of a party and say, sorry, I can't order right now. I don't have the money. And then I double back right away with that blurb, because it's like, well, do you want some free Tupperware? And this is how we can get it. So that's what I do.
Awesome job, Sylvia. So all of you guys heard that, right? $40,000 in sales in September, working a full-time teacher job, which I would say in September is probably more than full-time.
Yeah.
Right? Any other?
Yeah.
And driving an hour
right now.
And you probably walk uphill after you drive the hour.
No.
Any other questions for Sylvia before she goes and probably closes the Facebook party?
Not a question, but wow, good job.
Did you hear that, Sylvia? Larissa says, wow, good job.
Thank you.
Make it seem more manageable with my life.
Jan says you make it seem more manageable with her life.
Well, I don't know if I managed my life, but I seem to manage Tupperware.
You take it, she's not the one driving.
So no, she drives a couple times a week. She said, and so that yeah, sometimes when she yeah. So any other questions in the chat that I might have missed? I don't know. Sylvia, I want to thank you so much for sharing today, and I look forward to spending more time with you next in a couple weeks when I see you.
Yes, absolutely. I'll see you soon.
Sounds good. Bye, Sylvia.
Thanks for having me on. Bye.
We're gonna do some more prizes.
Yes. Okay, so